discussing Viva Las Vegas, the Triple. Very interesting weekend, so we're going to go ahead and dive right on into it. Nick, say hello to our fans.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back, week 4.
This is brought to you by the lovely 3Chi product and Rowdy Energy. So we're going to go ahead and get right into this. As you all know, Kyle ran all 3 races over the weekend across the top 3 series, trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. We're going to go ahead and start talking about it. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it off. Ran trucks Friday night. Was really good. I could tell just by the way they unloaded and how practice went, qualifying, sitting on the pole and, having that advantage. I knew it was going to be a good night. Xfinity, Cup, we'll get into that. But no, unfortunately, our guy did not get the triple that we wanted him to get. But, you win some, you lose some. That's part of racing. So we're going to go ahead and let Nick kind of kick off the start of the truck series, and then we'll just we'll go from there.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. So, as you mentioned, we had the triple. KB ran all 3. We had Cup, Xfinity, truck, just like the good old days. That retirement in Xfinity wasn't very long-lasting, but we all enjoy it. We all watch closer when Kyle's in the race.
We all saw that coming, though.
Yeah. Just helping colleague, right? No, but he has 4 more chances this year. He didn't get it done last week, but he will be a fight. He will be a threat this weekend at Phoenix. He is in the 10 car again. But as I mentioned, we're going to kick off the truck race last week. It was a really good race. I was a little nervous about KB and the new switch to Chevy. I thought that might hamper him a little bit, or the team, because we didn't really get a good read from Vegas, or from Daytona. My bad. It's Phoenix weekend, by the way. Sorry we're shooting a little late, but we got around to it. So
I must throw this in real quick, just while we can. The reason we are late this week is, I had some stuff pop up this week. My grandfather has been pretty ill this past week, and he had some stuff go down over the past 24 hours. So we unfortunately weren't able to shoot when we wanted to. It kind of threw the schedule off, but my grandpa was hospitalized from very early this morning up until pretty much just now. He got out of surgery today. So surgery went very well. I do appreciate every single one of you reaching out to me. All the kind words and stuff means the world to me and my family. Grandpa made it home just now. He's doing well, a little sore, but he is home and recovering. So like I said, I appreciate all of you taking the time out of your day for the kind words, and we're finally here and getting to do this. So if it wasn't for you guys, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm glad to hear he's doing well. I'm glad he's back home, and I wish him the speedy recovery. Family is always first, so prioritize family. You're doing it right. So we got onto the truck race, as I mentioned. There was a little back and forth stage 1. He had a really slow first pit stop, but that was almost better to get the kinks out at the first stop. He battled back from the back a lot quicker than I thought he would have. I was at work kind of keeping tabs on it, but seemed pretty controlled from what I saw. He got around a 4 wide situation, which led to Deegan into the wall. So I'm glad he cleared that about a corner early. Yeah. It's I know. I mean, is it her not being able to hold a straight line, or is it everyone else just using her space?
I personally just think she's a magnet to every wreck like Danica was.
Yeah.
But you know what? I will dive into that real quick, though. I do want to talk about that pit stop real quick. That seemed to be the topic of the race. I forgot exactly what it was that happened. Either a plane, something happened to the plane or the flight, or like either it was delayed, or I don't know what happened there, but it caused like quite a few of the pit crews to not be able to arrive for the race. And I thought that was, I mean, it played a huge role in the race, like not in a good way, of course, but like it, came to the first pit stop, and then like I saw how long the pit stop was, and I'm just like, "Oh, no, we just literally that's our night right there," because like, had to go all the way to the back after that, and then had to come back down pit road because he had a loose wheel after that, and it was just like, my hopes just immediately sank, like, even though he is KFB, my hopes immediately sank. I'm like, "This is just n wonderful," and then, he comes back down to, get the wheels tightened and the freaking wreckers in his pit box, and he can't even get into his box, and I'm just like, "This is just the screw Kyle Busch 200, isn't it?" Like, all the
Yeah,
way
I was
down.
waiting for the penalty after that one too. I'm glad that never happened. We got on to stage two. I think he was battling around the top two, grabbed the lead. I don't think he won stage two. He was off strategy a little bit, but I know in stage three he was under control. That was a nice drive. I looked down at my screen, he's up by 7 seconds, so that's always a blessing. And it went green. It went green for the longest time.
And then a very solid stage 3, just, got back up there, was leading the race again, and then, you know, uh, brought that awesome Xerius transportation, Silverado home. And that's gonna take me a while to get used to saying Silverado because 'cause I'm over all the years of saying Tundra. I almost said Tundra, which I'm glad I didn't, but, glad we were able to, get the first one with Chevy on the truck side, and, I'm glad Kyle was the one that was able to do so. Um,
Yeah. Shout
but,
out to Chase Purdy. Got his top 10.
yeah, Chase Purdy did pretty well, and, the one guy I absolutely feel gutted for that night was Nick Sanchez because he was the one guy I thought that was gonna be competing and being with Kyle all night long. That truck seemed like it was just as good as his, at least early on.
Yeah.
But I've got Nick, is like season long for sure. I have him at least maybe winning 2, 3 realistically races this year. So it was pretty cool to see him run well until he got in the wall there, but that kind of messed his night up.
Yeah, it was rather early on too. I didn't get to see too much of him before he was out of the mix. But yeah, KB got to do burnouts, celebrating victory lane with all of his family. Little Lennox was there. First time I think
Yeah,
she's been in victory lane, which is always fun. Brexton was there. He was racing a bando last week. Shout out to him. He was in a race with all age groups and
got
finished
set. Yeah,
second.
and got second in his very first Bandolero
So
race. I'm so proud of that kid. He definitely takes after his dad.
absolutely, I can't wait to watch him in NASCAR because I think if it's
I have
open
a
to him if
feeling
that's what he wants.
we're going to be doing hashtag BFB here in like the near future.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna warn you to check Kyle's website because he has a bunch of new truck merch that came out.
Yeah, I seen, and my wallet has a hole in it
Damn it!
already.
What's
Yeah,
that
damn
Vegas
it,
win
damn
shirt?
it's the
He's not.
word.
They're not supposed to make truck win shirts.
No, man, I'm just like I saw that on Monday morning. Like somebody sent me the link to it. And I'm just like, I sent him. I immediately sent back like a gift with like a hole in my wallet.
And then the hat of his truck sponsor. He didn't even wear that. He wears Rowdy Energy on the races. So I don't know.
I want that hat that he had on the gray one, but
Yeah, he wears the Rowdy ones, right? He doesn't wear that sponsor.
no, I mean, no, I think he does time to time. Like just it's very rare though. Like yeah, on the truck
Just
side, I
to
mean,
just to make fanatics like me buy it.
yeah, exactly. But I have a feeling if I buy it, it's
It'll
just
work.
gonna sit, especially if he doesn't wear it. So, um,
Yeah.
but no, great way to start off the weekend that Friday night by getting that win. Um, gonna move into Saturday. Um, Xfinity first debuting with Colleague Racing on the Xfinity side. Um, had a lot of high hopes for that race, and especially coming off that win. I was hoping to keep the momentum rolling. To go check box number 2 of the weekend. But the car just, they unloaded with some issues. If you guys watched practice, he had that left rear issue where he barely got to practice
Yeah.
because they couldn't really figure out why the tire was rubbing, and he spent about half that practice, on pit road because the guys were trying to make adjustments to it, and then he goes back out for another small run and comes right back in immediately because it was doing the same thing. So then they went to a backup car and had to come from the back, and he came all the way back up. His highest position in the race is first, but I think he only led like a couple laps. Um, and then after that, it was just after he lost that lead that he got up there, led a couple laps, and then after he got out of the lead, it was just pretty much impossible to pass to get around the 21 and the 16 because they were real good too. Chandler Smith had a really strong showing, impressed the living hell out of me,
Yeah,
and I'm absolutely gutted for him because I thought for sure that he had it. Um, but yeah, the car just personally think that those issues in practice kind of took a toll in that race, having to come from the back, and it's really hard to pass in that car.
yeah,
But KFB doing KFB things still comes to the front, and the car just really wasn't that that good as the 16, and the 21 was just as good, if not a little better than the 16 at the end. But Chandler slipped there at the end. He couldn't really hold it on the bottom, and Austin Hill was just glued to the bottom like the entire race, pretty much, and that's what got him the win.
yeah.
But I'm curious to see if he could bounce back tomorrow
I
um,
hope.
in the Phoenix race and hopefully make a statement tomorrow.
Yeah. So my take of that Xfinity race, I watched practice. I saw Kyle's problem, and that didn't really that didn't really make practice last too long for him. He didn't get much time. He used a backup and qualified 11th. You could kind of tell there that he wasn't where he should have been. And during the race, he got up there, top five, held his ground. But I think the 16 was the top college car that day. And by all means, shout out to Chandler because he did a great job last weekend. Led the most laps led by a rookie through like the first three races, I believe. So look out for him tomorrow.
Really
I
impressed
believe.
me. He really did impress me. I mean, if anybody would have told me that Chandler Smith would have gone into that race, you know, starting on the not only starting on the pole but leading over 100 laps that day, I would have told you were a liar. Just
Yeah,
straight up because I'm not downing Chandler whatsoever, but like it's very rare to see guys like that early in their Xfinity career, like their rookie season, do that well and perform on at the level he did. I mean,
yeah,
Chandler's definitely got some wins coming this year, I think.
yeah. I mean, take a look at my wall. I got can't really see it with the wheel, but I got a 16. That's my guy Chandler Smith.
I can't
He's
even
gonna
see your
have a great
shirt,
year.
man. I can't even
Yeah,
see
I
your
know.
shirt.
This is
There we
Cheddar's week.
go.
Cheddar's week, and this hat that comes out in like 2 months. But racetrack.
No, lucky dog.
I got a 50% track rate this year, and that's only going down till Sonoma.
Yeah.
But I cry in East Coast. No, we go on to Xfinity. Chandler was out front, and because of that, because Chandler's my favorite, I wasn't too down that Kyle was in fourth. Like I wanted him to win. A caution would have been great, but I wanted Chandler just as bad, and I was going to be just as happy if Chandler won. So I was going to work, and he had like a 4 second lead. I'm watching on my phone with like 25 to go, and then I get to work, and it's like five to go, and it's like a second and a half. I knew it was happening. He killed the tires and couldn't hold the bottom, and Hill got around 2 lap coming to the white flag. I couldn't have been any worse timed. And second place got by him too. I think it was it Allgaier?
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Allgaier. So yeah, Chandler did get third.
So I knew it was over after Allgaier got by him. Like, damn it, whatever. I was happy for Hill and RCR. Those are our boys. So it's always good
Yeah,
to see them in victory lane at the end of the day.
it's cool to already see Austin Hill with 2 wins on the season, and he is my favorite to win the championship.
Yeah,
I
well,
I I
it
say
went
Austin Hill.
Hill Bush.
Austin Hill is my favorite. I know it's still easy, early in the season, but I think Austin Hill is one of the guys in Xfinity that can, still run pretty solid if he's not winning, and that's how you get points. And I most certainly have Chandler Smith in the top four, the final four at Phoenix too. So I
Watch
think it's
out
going to
for
be a.
Hill. No, just watch out for Hill next week. It's Atlanta Speedway again.
Oh yeah,
He is there.
oh yeah.
No, so far the season's gone Hill, then Bush, then Hill, and now it's Kyle's turn to win at Phoenix in Cup for the RCR train. Next week Hill at Atlanta, and then what's after that? Richmond. Doesn't that fit for Kyle? I think it does. No, let's get back on track for Xfinity here. So we got fourth, Chandler got third, Hill won. It was a fun battle. Kyle was too far away to make anything happen at the end. Chandler still got third. He was about a second back of the two. So right then and there, we knew the triple was done. We got past that. We moved on to Cup, and that was kind of an up and down day too. Not the best, but on the radio, crew chief said if 11th is the worst you can do on your off day, then that's not too bad. He was in 11th before the green white checkered, then losing 3 more spots.
Yeah. So moving on to the Pennzoil 400, the big day, Sunday, the debut of the Alsco Uniforms Chevrolet. She looked pretty good out there. It's just Randall and the guys just kind of missed it on the setup that week. But you've got that. If you're gonna be a good crew chief, I mean, it's just part of the sport. You've got to have. I mean, you're gonna have weeks where not everything goes your way, or the car is just not there, and that was
People are
certainly what we
better.
had. That was certainly what we had on Sunday. But I must get out of the way real quick. My absolute favorite moment of that race was Joey Logano smacking the wall and spinning, and Kyle was in the picture right in front of him.
You
That was
see the 3 who were together?
yeah, that was even
I knew
better.
that was gonna end that way.
Yeah,
Brad and Joey don't even like each other, let alone
no,
Kyle, Joey, and Brad. I'm just happy Kyle was on the inside so he could push him up.
but yeah, up and down day. I had a lot more. I had a lot better expectation for that race. I was expecting a top five, if not a win, but they just didn't. They just seemed to miss it. But like I said, I hope this upcoming Sunday at Phoenix we can bounce back and show Rowdy Nation what's up. Hopefully, go get win number 2 of the season.
Absolutely. So, at the time of recording, we got a nice practice to go by.
That practice was brutal. Not even gonna lie.
P29, folks.
Practice was brutal. I just really hope that they can find something for tomorrow, man. Because if it's gonna look that way for tomorrow, man, I already know how the race is gonna go.
I don't think they have another session tomorrow. It's just qualifying.
Yeah,
Can't do much in one lap.
they got that little 20-minute session for Group A and Group B. Like it's gonna be how they normally do it. So
they're doing another part of that.
Mm-hmm.
I made a schedule.
That's what Fox was saying, at least.
I made a schedule, and I got to fix it now.
Yes, you do.
So yeah, the Cup race, we got that nice Alsco car debuting. The whole family was there. Some nice family photos on the grid. We got underway. KB started top 5. He had a pretty good start, stayed up there, and then he tagged the wall, lost some spots, and that was
A
kind of
couple times.
where he sat. Yeah, not very soft either. It's kind of like 2019 in the fall when he hit the wall. Like lap 10, what are you doing, guy? But nonetheless, he kind of sat in 10th to 15th the rest of like 8th to 15th the rest of the day, and was kind of trying to find just speed. on as tires wore. It was a battle. Not the best day, but we aren't the best team with RCR. Remember that. I love them. I love them for taking in KB, but they aren't the best of the best at the moment. KB's
No.
we're still making gains.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Sunday. That's Las Vegas Triple for you. That's how the week went. Now I know this isn't NASCAR related or Kyle Busch related, but I do want to kind of touch on another subject here. Is my guy on the IndyCar side, Grosjean,
Oh,
just had a really good day. Actually really shocked the hell out of me like the whole day. Even Saturday, being able to sit on the pole, that was huge. And then I immediately had expectations, because just because of how hard it is to pass it, St. Pete, having that advantage on the pole, I'm just thinking like, come on, man, let's just run away with this thing. Let's go get that win. And right as soon as I was like up out of my seat, like, oh yeah, we got this in the bag, we get ran over by a Penske guy. Imagine that. What
at
makes me
least it
feel
wasn't my guy that time.
well, your guy ran over our teammate, so no, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
he
I'm
did. He
giving you
did.
I'm giving you crap.
He
But
he went to the back and he still got a top 10, so I'll take it.
in a way, though, I did decide to kind of move on from that just because of that clip I
No,
saw on Twitter of Scott. Scott did go over to uh, Grosjean's trailer and did talk to him after the race, and it seemed like they were getting along. So I do respect Scott for that, but I still think he can be a bit of a bonehead at times, though. He just doesn't really make smart decisions. I mean, you're coming off a pit road with cold tires, and you got a guy that's passing you with a full lap of like, Roman's already built heat in his tires, and had the
yeah,
position on him, and then just for Scott to do that was just kind of asinine. But I'm gonna move on. I can see Roman getting at least a win this year. Hopefully the GMR Grand Prix, that'd be huge.
yeah. I could see that was building up. I was watching the IndyCar race as well, and I wanted to see Grosjean win just as much. I was happy that he
Yeah.
got the pole and had a really good race up to that point. There were some nasty wrecks. Cars got in the air, which you never like to
Uh-huh.
see. I think everyone was okay. I
There
think
was what though?
some people got
There
checked out, but we're okay.
what though? Like two or three wrecks where there was a car that launched off the ground a little bit.
The first one, the 55, didn't have a brake pedal. The second one,
Yeah, that was
guy
insane.
got stuck in the tires, and I knew that was a roadblock. Someone was just about to run over him, and that happened. And then yeah, I think that was only it. Kirkwood kind of burned it in qualifying, drove straight into the wall right before the finish line, like straight, which wasn't great. I've done that before. I've been
It's
doing
never fun.
Long Beach because St. Pete's not in the game. Hashtag fuck you, Motorsport Games.
Yeah, like bring in like yeah, and it's like some of the
iRacing's
best.
so much better. I'm not going to go to Motorsport Games no matter what license they have. So
It's like
I'll
some
just throw
sort of
that
track.
out there.
It's like some sort of tracks that they don't put in, like St. Pete and Portland, and there's like
I'll
a
quote
handful of tracks that they haven't put
I'll,
in.
I'll quote my cousin when he said, my cousin said, what's the best thing? What's the best way to buy ignition? Like NASCAR 21 ignition. My other cousin said, throw it away.
Yeah, exactly.
So I hope I love racing those Indy cars. That's turning into a lot of fun. There still is a series of it. They just can't name it. So maybe I have to get in on that. I don't know. We wrapped up NASCAR. Oh, we do have some more news. It has to do with the sponsor 3Chi and Gavin Racing tonight.
Yeah. All right. So those of you that don't know, I'm in a league on iRacing. The original, the Grand National Series with the original racing guys, the original Rebels guys. Fun guys to race with. But I scored my first career win tonight. We were at
There we
Eldora in the
go.
Xfinity car, and I I had this race highlighted because I know how guys could be on dirt. They just don't make the smartest decisions. I'm like, all right, well, if I just do my job, go out there, qualify well, and put myself in a good situation for the heat, then I can easily start on the front row in this thing and just maybe run away with it. Sure enough, and it's funny how it's funny, kind of funny how it played out though. Like, um, I qualified third,
Mhm.
and then we were on like lap 2 or 3 of the heat race because I was in heat one, and then the caution came out, and God forbid the guy that literally stopped right in front of me as soon as the yellow came out, and he kind of spun off my nose, and he didn't get the position back. They put him in the rear,
How
and
many cautions were there? Because Gavin said he led all every lap too.
yeah, so there was two yellows in the heat, and then like 2 or 3 yellows in the feature. So um,
Way to hold your
went on
ground.
went on to win the heat. That was huge. That put me on the pole for the main event, and then I went on to win the main event, which was huge. Led all 51 laps because the way the cautions came out, it's put us at a green white checker. So there was 51 laps, quote quote 50 number, lucky number that is. So
Yeah,
um, yeah, that was huge for me too. Um, with 3 Chi being on board and BetMGM, Bass Pro Shops, Rowdy Energy, of course. So yeah, that was big. It's been a pretty eventful day. Um, but yeah,
absolutely. Let's go. How many starts so far this year?
how many what now?
How many races so far in that league?
So I believe that was week 3 or 4, but I missed last week because of the truck race. I didn't want to, not watch Kyle win
Yeah.
because we run Friday
Oh,
nights. So
I see.
and I'm kind of
Well,
I am in a way though bummed about missing last week because we they were running on the Legacy Texas on the old asphalt,
ooh,
and I am good at
top
old
lane
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, I am good on the old Texas, really good. I could have probably been back to back wins, but you
I
know,
miss I miss what Texas used to be.
mhm,
You watch Talladega Nights, that track, electric.
uh-huh,
But
yeah.
yeah, so that's about does it, folks, for week 4 of Rowdy Reviews. Recapping Las Vegas. We're heading into Phoenix this week. KB's doing the double. Saturday Xfinity, Sunday Cup, racing the
The buttery
Chevrolet.
debut.
Yeah,
I
butter.
totally stole that from you, but I like how it sounds.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know if that's corny or not. What I thought of, but yeah, it works.
I love
That
it, man.
butter,
I
but
personally love it.
those damn croissants were in the wall already. Better
Um,
not do that on Sunday.
tomorrow.
So, anyways, thank you all for watching. We wish you guys the best. Hope you catch us next week for Phoenix. We'll get that posted hopefully midweek, but if anything happens, we'll be here eventually. No problem. We thank you for the loyal followers. See you guys next week.
Yep. Thanks a lot. See you next time.